Yes, people, we are back. It has been way too long, and I am super excited to be here tonight to share in this momentous time with all of you. We took off the summer, got a little bit of glow, took some self-care time for myself, spent time with family, did a lot of exciting things for Love Shouldn't Hurt. So it has been a phenomenal time, but I have missed this screen. I have missed all of you. I missed being here with you and sharing in your energy. And tonight we are talking about nothing but positive things. So I'm excited to have you guys here. Super excited for my co-hosts because they are two people that I deeply love. And as per always, when I do this show, it feels more exciting, more rejuvenating, and just a great place to be, especially when I can share it with people that I love. So I'm excited to have my co-host tonight, people. We talked about so many exciting things in the past 3 years that we've been on this show, and we've never taken this long of a break, but we decided that self-care is super important. And to let you guys have your summer. Ustedes no quieren ver esta cara todos los semanas, especially when it's summertime. You're like, chill out, Vega. So I'm back. I'm excited. I hope all of you have done some fun things. We have, and we have so much planned for this coming next few months for Love Shouldn't Hurt. So I'm not going to sit here and talk too much because my amazing co-hosts are in the green room and I want to bring them on. I want them to share with you. But remember, today is Uplifting Tuesday. I hope that you all had phenomenal days. Remember what I always say, that if you have a bad day, turn it into something positive. Don't focus on the negative. So that is what today is full of. So if you're feeling stressed, let's go. Unwind. Go look for your wine or whatever it is to need to relax, to lay back, because tonight we're going to focus on only positive things. So let me welcome to the screen a first time for us, right? I love him so much. He is my brother from another mother. He is my fave dance partner in the world. He left me, though I forgive him. He's living in a hotter state, but he is still near and dear to my heart, and he is absolutely right beside me when it comes to Love Shouldn't Hurt. So for the first time on Love Shouldn't Hurt, I want to welcome Eugene Martinez.
Buenas
Hi,
tardes,
mi
buenas
amor.
tardes. Hey, everybody from Florida. I hope everybody's having a good night. Everything positive tonight. It's good to see you, Christina. Thank you.
Likewise.
Thank you for inviting me. It's definitely a pleasure. I'm excited to speak to you and Lynette tonight, and we're going to have a great time.
That's right, exactly. First of all, though, I want to get at you. So now come on my screen and say hello to Florida, okay? Because you are a Philly boy. It's
All
all
the way.
right.
Listen, all the way, all the way,
You got to
all
give
the
love
way.
to your Philly peeps watching too. So that is one uplifting thing for Mr. Eugene. He decided to take a different track, everyone, and he decided to move to Florida. So he is now a Floridian, but forever a Philly boy at heart. So that is one exciting thing. We're going to have fun tonight. We're going to bring on our next co-host so that she can join us. We're so excited to have her here. She's been here before, but we're trying to get her settled in so she can continue to come back and be with us. So our second co-host tonight is Miss Lynette Perez Pizarros. Welcome her tonight, folks.
Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to participate with my fellow co-host Eugene, who did leave us, but he's always welcome back in Philly. Maybe we'll stop him at the gate for a little bit. But I am happy to be here. Can't wait to get on with the conversation. All about positive. That is my middle name. The drama can be out the door. I look forward to having a great discussion tonight.
Awesome. Well, I'm super excited to have you guys because a lot of the things that we've been doing during this time is planning for different things for our organization, building and growing, which is something that I'm super, super excited about because we continue to show that we're taking positive steps forward. So these two lovely people right here are part of my committee. Formerly will be our board soon, but they are amazing. They're phenomenal individuals. And I have a great time with them every week. We've been planning, we've been putting things together.
Right.
And as the show goes on, we're going to continue to talk about everything that is coming for Love Shouldn't Hurt. We're super excited. So welcome, you two. It's going to be a very good night tonight. So listen, we're going to play some videos. We're going to inspire and motivate tonight. What everybody who's watching should remember, if you are our followers, as per always, is that we have been stuck to TikTok lately, right? We've been finding positive videos and kind of just reading from it because the media has had so much negativity. No matter where you are, whether it's Philly, Chicago, New York, New Jersey, We have had nothing but negativity. So as we stated, we're going to do nothing but focus on positivity tonight. So we are going to continue to build off of that. We're going to play our first video so that we can start to roll the discussion. And then we're going to get into, in between, all the good stuff we've been going. So let's have that first video played for us, Ray.
When you're feeling sad and upset, remember these things. Pain is part of growing. Everything in life is temporary. Worrying and complaining changes nothing. Your scars are symbols of your strength. Every little struggle is a step forward. Other people's negativity is not your problem. What's meant to be will eventually be. And the best thing you can do is always keep on going.
Definitely.
Absolutely. So I know what my reaction to that is, because I think I went through a little storm myself the past few months. But I want you guys to tell me what you take out of that, because honestly, you two are probably two of my very positive friends. When I'm telling you guys things that are negative, you either slap it out of me or give me a brighter side to it. So what's your takeaway and your feedback from our first video?
So that one is probably one of it hits home to me, because for me, it talks about you can't change things, right? You can't throw a tantrum and expect it to change. And sometimes we do try to throw the tantrums, we try to argue, we try to do this. And at the end of the day, you're more stressed out than when you started. To me, is if you can't change it, if you crying, stomping or whatever doesn't change the situation, why give it energy? Don't give energy to something that is not worth the effort. So keep it moving, because you'd be surprised that by ignoring that is not really healthy for your mental state, for your life itself, for anything that you're trying to accomplish, it's going to be the best decision you make. So to me, if you can't change something, leave it alone, let it go, keep it moving.
Absolutely. Mr. Eugenio.
I'm probably one of the most positive people you'll probably meet. And, I'm in a new company and they can't believe it. They're like, is this really real? But, I try to focus on being positive because it does make somebody's day better. Mm-hmm. And remember, no matter what's happening, you have to choose to be happy. Yeah. Don't focus on what's wrong. Find something positive in your life, because there's always something positive. Leave the negative behind. Negativity comes in different ways. It comes in friendships. It can come in things that's going. You have to try to focus on what you want. Believe in it. There's always going to be people that are going to say negative things or put negative thoughts. And, in reality, sometimes you got to go on your own, go away, think about things on your own. And the less you tell people information, the better.
Yes. Yeah,
the less information you give. I've been here for a couple months and, I chose to leave and to do something positive and to not involve people in it, because in reality, that's your private business to move forward in life. And, positive things bring positive vibes to other people in your life.
Absolutely. So I pride myself when I do this show of saying that not only everybody knows love, shouldn't hurt, is personal to me, right? For so many different reasons, but I pride myself on this show of always being transparent. So I would say since May, I probably have been going through maybe a really hard bump in my life that I never have experienced before. I've never been laid off before. I've never been without a job. I've never known what is my next step. I've never known where am I going to live next. So, I lost my job at a time where it was really, really difficult for me, because I also was moving and I'm like, I need to pay the bills when I move. How am I going to move if I don't have a job? So I really went through a storm where I kind of shut everybody out. And people are like, you're so positive. I have my moments. Lily can attest. She's heard lots of those moments, and I really thought that focusing on the negative was what I needed to do every day. And I literally couldn't get on this screen for you guys, if I'm being 110% honest, because I did not want to bring a fake smile to you guys. I didn't want to come on the screen and be like, hey, welcome. But know that at night when I went to bed, my anxiety was so extreme, my heart pounded every night. And I woke myself up every night and I would pace in the middle of the night because I was like, oh my God. And I was constantly focusing on the negative. Every time Lily would text with something positive, I'm like, I would return my response to be negative. Right? You can attest to that. She say, but it's going to get better. It's going to be fine. You're going to be okay. And my response would be, no, I'm not. And I've never dealt with this before. And this is terrible. Right. And then months went on. I don't know about anybody else on here, but I continued to pray. I talked to my grandmom constantly. My grandmother died 2 years ago and I would pray to her and I'm like, Abuela, I don't know what to do with my life. I have this child. I have no job. Yeah. And as time went on, I had to stop focusing on the negative. And as I did interviews and nothing would happen and more interviews and nothing would happen, I was like, oh my God, where am I going to be? But then one day that just changed, right? And then I started getting one call for an interview, another call for an interview. And then I had 2 jobs and I had to decide, oh my God, which job do I take? And then I was looking for a new place to live and looking for a new place to live. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I found a beautiful place to live. And it was like, damn. When I stopped focusing on the negative, when I stopped thinking about all the negativity that was coming at me, all this positive started hitting me. It was ridiculous where it started coming from. We're in the works of our gala right now, right? Everyone watching, we're trying to do it. A few weeks ago, when we were in our meetings, I was like, we're never going to pull this off. We have no money. And then little by little, sponsorship started to come in. And I sent them a message last week and I don't even remember what I said, but I know at the end I was like, look at God showing off. Like, this is crazy. Yeah. When we stop focusing on the negative, that's what I take out of that video, because I've had so many downtrodden times where I'm so negative and so upset about everything. Mm-hmm. And you don't notice that once you finally shut that off and say, I'm going to be fine, how it changes your life. Focus on the positive. And I'm dealing with kids all the time. And that's what I tell them. Focus on the positive, because that's all that you're going to get from it. So that's me and my long-winded response to that video. We have a lot of good things going on. So I want to take the time out for you guys to he just threw me off because our executive producer threw up a statement there. So it threw me off a little bit. Let's see what he said. People often say that beauty is an eye of the beholder. And I say that the most liberating thing about beauty is realizing you are the beholder. That's amazing phrase. Absolutely. So I touche to that. So I want to give you two the opportunity to kind of give us something uplifting that has happened for you over the course of this summer. What is something that you feel has been a wow, amazing moment for you? I know Lily has, as right before we ended, she took on an amazing job. And I know that Eugene is now living it up in Florida and loves it and is so happy. So what are some positive things that are going on for you guys that we want to celebrate today? Because that's what I want to do. I want to celebrate you guys.
Eugene, you want to go first?
Sure. So, I definitely have a lot of things to be blessed about and to celebrate. But, I want to just also say that when you have a group of people, friends that are always there for you and that actually lift you up, and no matter what, don't let you fall. They're the group of people that, you always want. And I'm very blessed to have a handful of friends, they know who they are, that has always been there for me. And I know that no matter what, they would never let me fall. And, I have a wonderful lady that's supportive and, no matter where I go, she's always like, go, and I'm going to meet you there. No matter what, she's always going to be there. But, it always helps for you to drop the things in life that don't lift you up. And, sometimes it starts with friends. It could start with family, and always remember them. But for me, moving to Florida wasn't easy because, you always want, well, yeah, actually this year I moved twice. I went to Michigan and then I came home and then went here because, you always have to elevate yourself, think positive. And when you're capable of more, you got to go for it, and I was always the person that in 5 years, I'll get there in 5 years, they need me here. I need to do this. I got to focus on this. And I felt like right now is the time and the opportunity to move forward in life. No matter what, there's never a right time. You got to focus and be positive. And, I got a great position. here in Florida for a resort community. And I'm extremely happy, though, my children are in Philadelphia, so I'll always be back there. I love them to death. Sometimes you have to do what's right for your future and your children's future. And, if you want more, you can't be afraid.
Yeah.
And a lot of times negativity brings you down and makes you think twice about should I not? And a lot of people, they can't do what you do. They may not be able to strive for the top, and they're happy where they're at. And, and it's always, it's to be successful. You can't think about things. You have to go and do it. You got to know you got to focus on it. You have to do about it, be happy about it. And, sometimes we fall, but you know what? That's a learning curve, and it's always going to get us to where we need to be. But I always say, a group of people, the people that you always have near to you, make sure they're positive and they're there for you. And if they are, take care of them. And, I'm blessed. Definitely.
You are awesome. Lily, what was your uplifting moment over the past few months?
I would say, I think it's my family. I think we went through a bump this past summer. In the last 5 months, my kids have lost both their grandmothers. And that was a difficult time. But what came out of that was the unity of the families. I mean, it was so enlightening. It's so special to watch all the cousins just sit there and chat and talk to each other and catch up. It was just a beautiful sight for me to see them. And, while they're going through their time, they have stayed positive, and maybe that's just me just not making it a thing. And I'm not because I think we should celebrate the people that have passed, not think about what has happened, but celebrate them, celebrate their lives. They lived a long life, and that's what I keep telling my children. So they believed in that. They had a good time with their cousins. So that was something that made me feel good because they were okay. The other part, and I agree with Eugene, is that the circle that we are in, the circle of friends that we invite in our world, is the ones that you want to have long life relationship with, the ones that are going to uplift you, that are going to motivate you, that are going to be very direct and tell you like it is, check you when they need to check you, but also make sure that it is a positive way to move you forward, not keep you there, not keep you constant, but to move you forward. So I think friendship, relationships are something that we just it grows us. It grows us into the person that we are. So I think that's very important.
Absolutely. Something that we've always said in my close friend group has always been, if you no longer uplift me or serve a positive part of my life, then you no longer need to be a part of my life. And I think we all learned that the hard way. Sometimes we love people so much we want to keep them close to us, but we don't realize that we can love them from afar, but sometimes we have to detach because their negativity brings us down. Some people are stuck in negativity. I struggled with that for years, of just saying stuck in negativity. So the fact that I'm such a positive person now, and I get on here and I'm like, hey, every week, and, hyper, and people come up to me constantly. Lily knows. We'll go places and people will say hi to me. They're like, how are you? Oh my God, it's so great to meet you. You're so energetic. And I'm like, thank you. They walk away and she's like, who's that? I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know. Listen, I get it.
I don't know. But, people see me on here and they're just like, you're so positive all the time and you're so great. It scares me sometimes because I'm like, so if I go in public, can I not look sad or angry or mean? Or like, do I always have to keep this face on?
Christina, not to interrupt you, but sometimes it's hard being in the limelight because, you're known for being that person that's happy, that, it just, you help everybody. You're always there. So you always feel like you have to hold that to a certain level, and, sometimes you have to take time. It's harder to be that person than the person that you really are. Right. Yeah, so, and sometimes you work so hard to be that person. You don't, you do lose yourself. And sometimes you have to take time and be like, it's time for me to be happy. I feel like that's where I am in life. You're always there for people. You're always you have to know what makes you happy in life, even if you have to do sacrifices.
Right. And I think it was important for us. Our executive producer, this was his idea. Let's come back with Uplifting Tuesday. Let's speak nothing but positive things. And I think that that's something that was amazing because we've been gone for a long while now. Like, we took the summer break, people have not seen us, and I can feel the difference in the effect. And when I say that, we spoke last week and he said, you have 2 jobs. He bullies me. No, I love him. I'm joking. But he says, you have 2 jobs this week. You need a nighttime live and you need a morning live. And I'm like, I will. So the night that I said I was doing it, I had terrible toothache, had to get teeth pulled. I was just like miserable. So the next day he texts and says, oh, your nighttime live was amazing. It was great. And I'm like, my teeth hurt. I couldn't do it, right? And it's funny, right? We laugh, but I saw the difference. Today, I put up a live video and I had so many people inboxing me like, oh my God, I was so excited to see you on. People text messaging me when I'm on work. They were just like, oh my God, it was so exciting. And I was like, damn, people really. And that's why I'm like, oh my God, this was the best way to come back with Uplifting Day, to bring back some positive, to bring back some joy. Yes, we had some hard times during the summer, but we're back. We're rejuvenated. I got some rest because I'm sleepy. I'm always sleepy. And I was able to go through my storm and go through it with the people that loved me and supported me. And now that I'm in a better place, I can come back and give everyone 100%. I start a brand new job on Monday, and where I am so brokenhearted to leave the one that I'm in because they're so amazing, I'm excited to start a different chapter, a total different scope of work, to be doing something different. And just, I feel like everything is brand new. I'm living in a new home. I'm done with an old relationship. Everything is brand new. And I feel like this Christina is starting to get her wings back. You know, they were a little broken during that time, but she's getting her wings back. So I'm happy and excited that so many people are joining us. I haven't said hello and thank you to everyone, but I see you and I'm excited that you're here. And we're uplifting today because we need to talk about nothing but positivity. So I missed you, but we're excited and we are going to give you nothing but love tonight. I see that he has given us something else to say. So let's see. To teach each of you, do you celebrate your accomplishments, special moments, or do you overlook them? Never forget to celebrate you. You know what? That's a good question.
That is a good question. And
It
I think, well, I know most of us, and I will speak to more women, we tend to not celebrate our successes, our achievements. We tend to kind of downplay it. Yeah. And it's a shame that we do that. It took a while for me to be able to talk about that in my world now, in where I'm at, in what I do with Alpha. It took a while to do that. And it felt weird when you have to, because it almost feels like you're being conceited, like you're being like, you know what I mean? But then at the end of the day, who's going to do that for you? Yeah. Do you have those people that talk about you out when you're not in the room? Yeah. But do they talk about your successes or do they talk about the personality that you bring to the table? You want them to talk about everything that you have done to accomplish, to get where you're at now and where you want to still get to. And if those champions that speak about you should be your mentors, the ones that continue to push you through. So at the end of the day, I will say to men and women, never, ever diminish or not say anything that is something that you did great, something that you are so proud of. It could be something that you're proud of your children, your family, something you did great in your job. It could be anything, but never downplay it. Never say not to say it, because I think it brings a lot to the table in regards to who you are as a person. It lets others know what type of person you are. Are you charismatic? Are you introvert? Are you an extrovert? Are you someone that likes to help people? Are you like somebody that just likes to listen more and then say, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually a good trait. But always, always bring to the table things that you are proud of, because that's how they get to know you. That's how they get to know the person, not somebody that just sits there and then all of a sudden they're hearing about all those good things from someone else and they're wondering why you're not seeing it. So I always bring it to the table.
Absolutely. We don't celebrate ourselves enough.
Not enough. Absolutely.
And it's exactly what you said. Sometimes people are like, oh, it's going to be considered conceited. That's okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that, as I've gotten older, I think being conceited is not a terrible thing. Because if I don't celebrate me, who is going to celebrate me?
Correct.
Who is going to say, Chrissy just got herself a great job, or Chrissy's
That's
daughter,
right.
did you know how amazing she is? Like, she raised her by herself. I always held back from saying things like that. Like, people would say, oh my God, Alina's such a good girl. That's a test to you. And I'm like, no, it's a testament to who she became. And now I'm like, damn right, she's a good kid because of me. Damn right, she is. She's a straight A student. She's an amazing kid because her mama raised her right.
Right.
You got to celebrate those things, big or small, because if you don't, nobody else is going to celebrate you.
Definitely.
It matters.
You
So
know,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I wanted to say that, for me, I love to celebrate my birthday parties like that. But when it comes to, I've done so much, but when it comes to accomplishments, my friends probably celebrate it more than I do. I really don't share it. I've told Christina before, Christina, I just want to be the guy behind the scenes. I want to make it happen for you, and I'm going to make it happen for everybody. But that's it. I'm the guy behind the scenes and make it happen. But, moving and changing life showed me that I have to celebrate more what I do, be happier with myself and who I am as an individual. Meaning, it's time to take time for yourself and realize, okay, you deserve more. You deserve, everything that you've done, your accomplishment to be noticed, because we work hard for it. Men and women, we both do. And, but it's one thing of, again, celebrating birthdays and being out there and partying this and that, but really saying, hey, I accomplished this. This is what I've done, and like you said, sometimes I don't want to be that person that, hey, this guy's always like showing off his diploma, showing off this, showing off that, and it's not really like that. But I love to see, I love to see that people do, they move up, they bought a new house, they do, that's the great things about Facebook and Instagram and everything else. It's great to see those. We don't want to see the toxic things, people getting beat up at airports and this and that. We want to see positive shit, positive shit. I want to see, people starting their own businesses, Latina women, people getting their degrees, mothers doing certain things, that's amazing steps. That's great. We should support each other in that aspect. A lot of things that happen, people are quiet about when it comes to personal, men and women, and things happen, they become depressed. There's a lot of different ways, so if we could tell people that, definitely tell us everything that you've done, the great things that you accomplished in life, because people do. I love to hear it. I love to hear that somebody accomplished it. And you know what? It makes me want to say, you know what? I did it. This is what I've done. I accomplished this. I moved from here to here. I've done this. I've been a manager in high rises, luxury, this, that, and a lot of people see you out there, but they don't really know who you are as an individual. Correct. If they've never sat down with you at a dinner table and never had a conversation with you, but always see you, that's all they know of you, So, the perspective that people have of you, they could call you, they can call me, it's fine. Everything that I've done for myself and for others, I try to call people. I call you all the time and I say, yo, how you doing? How's everything? What have you done? And sometimes we need that from friends. Sunday, because that's the Lord's day.
Every Sunday, I get a call from Eugene, and if I don't answer, he then sends a text message just to check on me and make sure if we're okay. So if you didn't get anything from the first half, people, get from that. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate your positivity and all of your accomplishments. I can't believe it, but we're already at the 30 mark. Just a reminder to folks who are watching, if you just tuned in, we are Love Shouldn't Hurt. We are back. We are excited. If you or someone you know is dealing with any form of domestic violence, whether it's your friend, even a foe, a coworker, whoever it is, the National Domestic Violence Hotline is scrolling across the bottom at 1-800-799-7233. You can reach us on our website at loveshouldnothurt.com, but you can also hit us on any of our social media. But remember, if we do not respond between then and the 48 hours, please contact Women Against Abuse, the National Domestic Violence Hotline. And if you are in imminent danger, please be sure to contact 911. You can order a pizza, and they are trained on the other line to help you. So please, please, please know that. We're going to go back into a video for our second half. And when we come back, we're going to give some positivity on that note.
Sometimes it takes certain things falling apart for better things to fall into place. Sometimes it takes losing what you're settling for to remind you of what you truly deserve. Sometimes it takes the most uncomfortable paths to lead your life to the most beautiful place. I know it's hard, but you'll never see the purpose of the storm until you see the growth it produced. You'll never see the purpose of someone leaving your life until you see what's best for your life. You'll never understand why you're going through what you're going through until you see the strength, the power, the growth that it built inside of you. I want you to understand this and believe this, Annie. Your current situation is not your final destination.
I love that.
Yes. Any of you follow him or see his videos?
No.
He is always super positive, and all of his videos are just like that. All his videos, every time I see them, I'm always like, oh, I would love to meet Trent Shelton in person. All of his videos are always talking to everyone, but he focuses a lot on women and making sure that women know their worth and their quality and who they are and uplifting them. And his videos give me the feels, right? So when I see it, I'm like, oh my God, I want to meet him in person. He's amazing type of thing. And this is why, as corny as it sounds, because I'm not him, I do a lot of my morning videos. Now, I've taken a break from that because I've had the summer off and all of the above, but what I got this morning was that. That was what I got from folks like, oh my God, thank you. Thank you for giving us a positive note this morning. Hi, Chrissy. Thank you for bringing us some positivity, because I think that that's what we need to hear. So he is awesome. If anybody does not follow Trent Shelton, you need to go follow him. He's awesome. What did you guys get from what he said?
Wow, that was a lot. And it's touchy, you know, because you can take it one of two ways. You can think about it of someone that caused so much pain in your life, or you can take it in regards to, like you said, the challenges that look like they have a domino effect and you don't feel like you're going to come out of it. Yeah. But I would say to anything like that doesn't define who you are, or it doesn't define your future. The hard part, and you know, I know we're talking about what we do and how we do it, and it's easier said than done, but at the end of the day, we talk about friends, we talk about our friendships and the circle of friends that we're around. Those are the ones who are going to lift you up out of that. Those are the ones who are going to give you that positive attitude. But you yourself, you as the person that's going through that challenge, have to know that does not define you. If anything, you should look at something that is challenging, such as something personal or maybe something else, find something positive in it. To say, you know what? Yeah, that knocked me on my ass, but guess what? I'm going to keep getting up and I'm going to keep it moving. I'm going to keep trying. And if that fails, I'll try something else. Look at Eugene. He moved from Philly to Florida. He took that leap and he's doing amazing. Me, I was laid off during the pandemic. I got this amazing job that I love. It is extremely challenging and I'm still learning. I've only been there 6 months. But if I do not try and do my best and give it all, my all, I will kick myself for not trying and for not making sure that I do everything to make sure that this role, my job. Because I know that at some point you have to create a plan for yourself, and that brings that positivity. What do you want? To Christina's situation, when she was like, I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want to do next. You have to know what you want. And once you create that want, all you have to do is keep it moving. It may move in little tiny steps, but you will get there. And you have to be patient with yourself. You have to be patient with the process. You have to be patient with the people around you, because you're going to drive people crazy while they're going to drive you crazy. So you got to understand that there is a process in this, but you always should look at the positive side of that, because it does not define you at any way.
All right. So Eileen Galarza says, over the years, it's amazing to see Lily grow into this beautiful, fun, and loving soul. I enjoy and love to see Lily doing her thing. So that's a testament. Lily's been growing through the years, and she's grown.
Thank you, Eileen.
That's awesome.
Eugene, what did you have to say, Eugene?
You know, if you can imagine it, you can achieve it. Absolutely. You know, just because it's a dream doesn't mean it can't become true. You know, and I always set my expectation and my goal higher than I could probably achieve it. And a lot of people may say, nah, you'll never get there. That's why I definitely keep it to myself. But, you know, my close friends, I talk to them about it. And, you know, Rios or, you know, my girlfriend, you know, they can always, you know, have them in my back, or they'll call me and they'll be like, you got this, you know, you got this, brother, you got this, you can make it happen. And, you know, I've achieved everything that I thought that I could achieve, but I have so much more to achieve.
That's right.
But one good thing is that I always try to make others do the same as me or better. So, you know, when I come to talk to people who I'm around, I'm like, yo, you can make this happen. Stop making excuses for yourself. And I'm telling you, because I've done it. And I know you could do it. I know, you know, there's no reason why you can't do it. Fear is the sum of all evils, fears, right? Because your fears could stop you doing so much. But, you know, that's why people come in place, and God has put people in place that will uplift you. And those are the people that you need around, right? Because we tend to, you know, we're out there, we go have fun, we're drinking, we're having a great time and partying. But at the end of the day, when you come home, if you're either a single mom, a single individual, you're coming home to yourself, a tu casa, sola, con una bebida, ¿verdad? And that's when your mind starts trickling on you. It starts going, you know? But sometimes you get that call. Like I got a call today from my friend. She's like, my sister. And she says, how you doing? How's everything going? And, you know, and I mentioned everything. She's like, yes, you know, amazing. I can't wait to see you. You know, I miss you. You know, these are things, those little things when you least expect it are the best. And sometimes, you know, there's a friend that I haven't spoken to such a long time. And I call that person, say, hey, how you doing? I miss you. How you making out? You know, but people do it to me. But I always say, you know, do it to those friends, even if you haven't heard from them for a long time, because sometimes you could fall right back into that friendship. You know, you know so many people, but just one thing positive could change somebody's way of thinking or change somebody's thoughts. You know, there's so many bad things that are happening nowadays, you know, with all these kids and, you know, a friend, you know, someone that I knew closely passed away. And, you know, you think about these things and you're like, you know, what were they going through? You know, that nobody had a clue.
Absolutely.
Not one clue, you know? So, you know, it's sad when you see that. So I always say, you know, if you could be positive or reach out to somebody that won't expect it, you're going to make their day. You're going to change everything for them.
Absolutely. And we want to move on to the next video, but I just want to comment on that very quickly. Just recently, a beautiful woman passed away. And I kept seeing the posts and posts and posts. And I was really brokenhearted when I saw it on social media, because I was like, wow, she was an amazing woman. Every time I saw this woman, she was laughing. She was positive. She was at runs, just happy and excited constantly. And then I started to see people mention things like suicide. And I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah.
She was one of the happiest people I know. There's no way that happened. So touche I'm saying touche on what we're talking about tonight.
Yeah.
Uplifting one another. Be that person. And when I tell you, Eugene has been faithful with the past, I mean, like 4 weeks in a row, my phone rings every Sunday.
Yeah.
Be that person to someone. You're not annoying. Be that person.
Yeah.
Send a text message and be that positive person. If I need to get on here every morning when I'm on my way to work, I need to do that, because maybe our positivity and our bright light, like Ray told me, you need to get back on there. People need to see your face. I'm not all things God, right? I'm not. But when I get on there and I'm laughing or I'm singing and I'm saying different things, somebody always reaches out. Even if it's one person, somebody always reaches out. So if you're taking anything from us tonight, people, uplift. Be that positive person in someone's life. Even if anybody has, annoying.
You know, definitely. I'm sure there's a lot of people that have, you know, questions and answers. They should send that information now. We can answer while we're going. But right now, you know, it's definitely difficult all over for everybody, because everybody's going through their personal issues and their personal. But, you know, whatever message that you could give, especially, you know, on Tuesdays, you talk about different topics, right? And it is definitely uplifting. Sometimes I may pass through it when I'm able to get to it, or, you know, you'll tell me, hey, this happened, and then I'll listen to it. And believe it or not, I may not talk to you about it, but I talk to others about it. And that's just as important, you know, just saying, hey, this is what I heard the other day, you know, because obviously what you said reached out to me, right? So, for it to move me, I know that I can move somebody else in that aspect, and some people, they don't think about it. But, it's important for us to just reach out to people and just talk about things, especially with everything's happening. People are very private. I'm very private when it happens to my personal life. I don't really talk about it. I talk to my friends about it. They're always uplifting. I talk to my lady about it, and everybody goes through certain things about it. And we talk about things personally, and we're like, okay, can we do this? And I'm always positive. I'm like, yes, you could do it. You're going to make it happen. You're going to get here and things are going to be right. And sometimes they're like, settle down. I haven't had my coffee in the morning. Take it easy. This is too much. And I'm like, all right, but anyway, listen, this is what we're gonna do today. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going.
So the point of that sentence was be positive like Eugene.
Yeah.
All day.
All right, let's do that next video, Ray.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but I just want to remind you that you never know if today is the day that your life is going to change forever. Okay, like we've all had days where something unexpected happens and it ends up like changing the course of our lives. Like, can you remember a day like that for you? Like a day where something really, really special happened? You didn't know about it in advance, right? It was a complete surprise when this thing happened and it changed your life. And so I want to remind you that even though things might not be feeling perfect right now, like if you're going through a rough time and you need to keep your chin up, just remember that those days, you still have days like that to come in your life. And it's a matter of keeping your chin up and staying strong and staying committed to your goals, because you are going to have one of those days eventually. And when you go to sleep tonight, I want you to remember that tomorrow could be that day for you. So don't give up, keep your chin up, and know that tomorrow could be the day that literally changes your life.
Absolutely.
Awesome. It sure does.
I'm liking all his picks tonight. I'm liking all his choices.
Yeah, that was a good one. That is a good one.
A really good one. Have you guys had those moments where you absolutely had no idea that it was going to be an amazing day and it just turned out to be one that just shaped everything for you that day? You were like, wow, I didn't know that was happening, but today was an amazing day. Kind of like when plans aren't made and you just go out and you're like, oh my God, I had so much fun.
Yes.
Like,
well, that happens to us quite a bit.
Yeah.
That happens to us quite a bit. I think what I got out of that was more of, we have those days, and this may sound aside of what we're talking about. We have those days where we're home, we're in our heads, it's bringing us down, we're feeling some kind of way, and we just start crying. I've had those days where I just start crying. Yeah. But you know what? After I finish crying, I feel better because I let all that energy out. Because you should not cry. If you have to cry, you cry. If you want to laugh, you laugh. If that, some people tend to laugh versus crying. But I think you feel better. You just that all that energy that you felt that was bringing you down is gone. And you wake up the next day. You get to wake up every single day and start anew. Over. You get to do something different every single day. So as long as you don't fall into those traps where you find a routine and that's where you stay, then you're not really moving. You're not really doing much. So you have to look at every day as a new day. You have to look at every day as something that you can do different, something that you can do new, or a life that you can change, because how you present yourself and what you say and how you say, you never know who is listening. You never know who is looking at you. You never know who wants to actually have a conversation with you because of a phrase or word that you said that changed something in them. So always remember that what you are and how you are and who you're around makes a difference. It does make a difference. You make a difference in everybody's life. So I would always say that look at every day as a new day where you can create change.
Right.
To create change is to make it better, to move forward, to create more successes for yourself and those around you, including your families. Because for me, it's my children. I want my children to be better than where I was and how I started. And, with our children, this generation, they're very slow. And they think that they have all the time in the world. So, I'm lighting the fire on their ass, so they can actually get it moving. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I know, because I know how they were raised. I know I raised great children. I know that they will get it straight. I know they'll get it right. But for me, it's to see it, to see them changing, to see them growing, to see them moving forward. That makes me happy. So
Yeah.
them knowing how I got here and how the struggles I went through and how I went to school while they were babies and so forth. I want them to have a different way of doing that, but in not easy, but just a different way, something that works for them, because what worked for us does not work for everybody.
Yeah.
So always look at every day as a new day.
I think that's an important lesson to learn, that every day is the opportunity to change.
Yeah.
You wake up every day with a clean slate. You know, every day. Ayer se me quemó el carro. Mi zapato se me rompió. I fell down the steps. Whatever the drama,
Yeah.
fue ayer.
Yes.
But when I wake up the next day, it's an opportunity to make a difference.
Yes.
It's an opportunity to say, you know what? Yesterday sucked. I wanted to knock everybody out. It was a terrible day. I was in traffic. And
Right.
today, I can take a different route, and it can be easy traffic, and we can have a good morning together. That is the biggest lesson that I think people should learn, that you might have terrible days, but every single day is a brand new day to try again. And like she said, you might wake up with a better attitude tomorrow because everything is a clean slate, and that might be your best day. Something may happen to you that might change your entire life. Something might happen that you're like, oh my God, that happened to me last week, right? Changed my whole life. I literally was like, we have nothing. And then was like, we have it all.
Yeah.
So you just, every day is a new day to make a difference. Eugene, what were you going to say there?
You know, I was going to say that, you know, one of the best things I love in general, especially when I go to either a new city or I've traveled, is meeting new people, right? Because everybody has a story, you know, and you don't know what you take something back from every story, right? But there's so many people going through so many things, you know, in life, and just listening, really, people just need to be listened to. You know, take your time, listen to them. And you know, to me, it doesn't matter. I'll take my time, listen to everybody. Even if I'm falling asleep, you know, I'm going to listen to you, and I'm going to take away what you have to tell me. And then I'm just going to tell you the truth, but I'm also going to uplift you in as much as I can, you know, because I know I need it, and I'm going to uplift everybody that comes in my way. So when you're coming my way, whether I'm a hard ass, because I could be a hard ass, or I could just, you know, lo que sea, tú me entiendes? Pero I really think that, you know, positivity brings light into your life, and it changes everything about you. And, you know, like I said, if you could imagine it, you could achieve it. If you dream it, you could become it. Remember, you are what you give, you know. And just, you know, positive people, positive surroundings, you know, stop the negative posting, stop the, you know, I'm doing this. Show me what you've actually done. Show me what you've done. You know what I mean? Show me you know, you got that degree to move the next step for you and your kids. You know, you've done, both of you ladies have done. Lily, you've done tremendously. Christina, look where you've got, look where you've gone, your home, the organization. We're getting a board together. There's so much that you haven't even talked about that's going to be coming up, you know, and, you know, and there's been many blessings for you as well, you know? So, and for me, you know, I cannot say how many blessings, but, you know, again, people around you, surround yourself with good people, stop the toxicness. You know, talk about the good things, forget about all that stuff, and strive for what you want, and you'll get what you need.
Absolutely. Let the negativity go. I let so much negativity go in the past month. Dios mío, I feel like an enlightenment in my life. I was like, pa afuera, pa afuera.
Yeah.
All the negativity. Y cuando lo hice, positivo. All the positive was like abyss around me, flying, floating. Anyway, I'm corny. We're going to give our final video to close out. We're going to do some amazing final thoughts, some announcements, and we're going to say goodbye. That hour flew by. I was so excited to be back, guys. And we will be here next Tuesday with new amazing folks. But we're going to do our final video, and then we're going to give the rest of what we got to you guys. So stay tuned to that. Let's give that video, Ray.
4 sentences that will make you rethink your life. Number 1, happiness is not the absence of problems. It's the ability to deal with them. Number 2, feeling sad after making a decision doesn't mean it was the wrong decision. Number 3, you're not stressed because you're doing too much. You're stressed because you're doing too little of what makes you feel most alive. And number 4, the lesson you struggle with will repeat itself until you learn from it.
We all said, You know what's funny is that last one, the lesson you struggle with will repeat until you learn from it.
Yeah.
I think about 28 days ago, because I'll be in this place a month now on Thursday. So 28 days ago, the lesson that I was struggling with for 6.5 years, finally I learned from it and walked away from it. And I think that that has given me the most relief, the most happiness, and the most at ease that I have felt in 6.5 years. So I think that that's true. That lesson, I had to keep running into that wall, keep running into it for me to finally be like, Nana, wake up, make a difference, make a final change, and it will be better. And I think 29 days ago, I made the best decision I needed to make. So any thoughts on that video before we close out? Because we got some announcements.
All right, so I'll say real quick, I think we all do that. We all tend to think that if we repeat that lesson, it's going to be a different result. And it does take somebody to either knock you over the head or something to happen, a red light or something, to make you just leave it alone. Because it does. It creates this tightness in your chest to say, why do I want to make this change? And why does it feel like I'm doing something wrong? But you really have to pull all that strength from inside you to keep it moving, to make the decision, not have a regret, keep moving forward, and know that at the end of the tunnel, you made that right choice, because now you're even better than you were before. And I can set a testament to that, because you know, I'll take my house, for example. I never thought I could buy my house on my own. I was so negative when it came to buying my own house. It's the first time I bought my own house. And although the stress was just overwhelming, once I put my foot down, I gave everything I needed to give. I did it. I signed those papers. It was the happiest day of my life. So I would say never, ever think that the decisions you make, as sad as it will be, know that if you don't have, when you make that decision, that if there's no regret, you know you made the right decision.
Yeah. Eugene, any thoughts before we close out, my friend?
Yeah,
on that video?
definitely.
Video?
Definitely. I just want to say, definitely think about, your life and where you're at and what changes you need to be a better person or put yourself in a better spot. Remember those people who are always around you, your family. I have an amazing family. I have amazing friends. Always remember, if they put you up, they're worth being in your life. When they cannot put you up and elevate you, they're not worth it. And always remember, call somebody just out of the blue and just say, hey, how are you? Remember that. Life is hard. Struggle, everybody struggles. So that's an excuse. Struggle, but know that there's another light. You could work hard to get what you need to get, because the struggle is going to be always there. If you ain't struggling, you ain't going forward in life.
Correct.
So, just be positive, stay positive and blessed.
That's right. So listen, I have some announcements to make. And normally I do that when I have my final thought. But because these two fabulous folks have been a part of all of the positivity, we are making the announcements together. Woo-hoo! So,
yes.
So the first thing that we want to announce, people, is that we have formally put together a fantabulous committee of folks who will become Love Shouldn't Hurt formal board. It has been a process of weeding out and getting to the people who really are dedicated to our mission, who love what we bring to the table. And each and every person serves an amazing purpose. They bring a lot of education, background, and experience to the table. So that is super exciting for us, building towards that's right. Building towards our 501c3. So it is super exciting for us. We have decided to take this road on our own because we think that Love Shouldn't Hurt deserves it. We deserve to give all of you, our community, something that is just major. We have an event that is happening. It's coming up, and we're letting you guys all know while you're here and you're watching. We're going to throw that flyer up for our networking event. And Eugene, tell us how this event is about to go down on Monday, October 3rd.
So Monday, October 3rd, we're having a networking event, and it's at the Crescent Inn. The information's in la pantalla. And we need everybody to come and support. It's Love Shouldn't Hurt. It's going to be amazing. Unfortunately, I will not be there, but I'll be there in spirit. I'm always there, and I know everything that's going on. But please come and support. The organization is great. The networking event, this is one that, we need your support. So just come out. Bring your family, come after work, whether you're going to go jogging, come over there quickly. Christina's going to be there, and the board, and it's going to be a great time.
Absolutely. And during this event, we want to note that it is sponsored by Gomez Law Group. We want to give a shout out to another one of our amazing board members, Jennifer Gomez Hardy. We are sponsored by Gomez Law. This is a time. I have had people ask me over and over again, Christina, why don't we do a meet and greet? Why don't we do an event where we can all come together? Please join us for this networking community event. The mixer is taking place right off of Route 1. It's in the Manayunk, Fox Street area. It is a great area. Let's come support the business. We will have music, a buffet. You'll have a drink ticket provided, raffles, free entrance. Come out not only to support us, but come so that you guys can meet. There she is. Jennifer is in our comments. Woo, woo.
Jennifer! Gomez Law.
Another one of our amazing committee members. Come out October 3rd. It's going to be a great time and a time for you to network with other people, like-minded people in the community, different stakeholders in the community, just different representatives from the community, will be there. We want you guys to learn. If you have just watched our show and you don't know who we are, what our background is, come out and learn about Love Shouldn't Hurt, what we mean, what we stand for. It's going to be an awesome night. It's a Monday. We know you're at work, but come out of work and go there, have a drink, get to know us. There'll be a buffet and support Jennifer Gomez. This is her husband and her business. Gomez Law Group is supporting us that night, and we want to come out so that you guys can see their business, see this amazing bar, and come, even after that, visit the bar, be a part of it with us. It's a great atmosphere, and it has amazing owners. So October 3rd, we will definitely be there. Come out and support us. We want to remind everyone, I'm already choked up and I didn't even say it yet. For people who are just joining us, because we have taken a break. If you're just joining us and you have no idea, our organization is in honor of this beautiful soul right here, Linda Jeannie Rios. This is why we do what we do. Different circumstances in life bring us to different places. And unfortunately, her life was taken without her consent. But because of Linda and her beautiful memory, we're able to fight every day to help other victims, to help survivors, and to help families who have gone through this loss. So we want to remind folks, since this is our first time back after such a long break, she is the reason why we put Love Shouldn't Hurt together, and she will continue to be the reason. So come out to support us, but also to remember Linda. We will always, as we always do, have her picture there and remember her and honor her for who she is as a person. So folks, I know you guys have seen our gala being put out there. We are super excited. We've been working hard to put this together, but we want to make an announcement for the folks who are, and this is not a negative, this is a positive. We have made a big decision. Lily, what have we decided to do with our gala this year?
We have decided to change the date. We're going to move it on to next year. And the reason for that is, one, we wanted to make it spectacular. We want it to be better than last year. We want it to be something that everyone goes there, knows exactly why they're there. They will see the caliber of people that are there. You will see the sponsors. The level of sponsors have elevated to no other. And I think the nature of this gala and what it represents should also represent of where we hold it. And I think holding it next year will give us more ample time to not only raise the money, create an amazing agenda for the event, and also be able to have a great selection, which is what we're going through in regards to the awardees. So I think this is an opportunity for everyone on the call, that if you have anyone that should deserve any of the 5 awards that we have, and I think Christina has the names of each award, then this is the time to do it. It will be held on March 13th, 11th, 18th. Oh, now we changed it. March 18th.
March 18th.
It's a Saturday. I think last year we did it on a Friday. We thought that was a little too much. So this time it is on a Saturday. So we hope to see you there. We hope to see you get there all dressed to the nines with your tuxedos, with your lovely gowns, ready to party, ready to represent. So we're looking forward to having you all there, and continue to support this organization because it's an amazing, and it represents everything that Christina is about and why she's doing this.
Yes, so this is not a negative. If you have inquired about our gala, this is a positive thing. We just want to do the most that we can and give it the time and attention that it needs, because as everyone knows, it is a gala that fundraises for our victims. We want to make sure that what we do it well, so that we can raise funds for our victims. All the money that is collected for our galas go back towards our victims, for relocation services, for our Christmas drive, for our runs, for relocation, for if we relocate them and they can't pay their bills, we want to be able to help them. So we all come together for this, and we thought that it was wise to move it to March so that we have ample time to make it amazing for all of you. So if any of you would like to sponsor, or any of you want to know more about the event, contact me. We can give you any of the information that zero if you can't make it. We want to make sure that all of you come out and support March 18th. We have finalized a venue, it looks like. We are super excited about that. So you will start to see our new flyer. You will start to see when our ticket sales will go up, and we will be having an amazing event yet again. It's been amazing. Amen. And we want to continue to do so. So March 18th, put it in your calendars, everybody, right now, because I'm looking at everybody in that comment booth. I'm going to stand at the door and be like, were you on my show? Were you on my show? It's going to be another amazing gala. So we look forward to that. Thank you guys so much for being here. Before we close out, we want to do as we're accustomed to do, and we want to have our final thoughts. So Eugene, you've never been on, but you've seen the show before. I'm going to leave you by yourself. No me, no Lily. There you go. Jennifer just said it. Put that on the screen, Ray. If you cannot make it, please try to sponsor the event. We are trying to do as much as we can for our victims.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much. So we're going to leave you by yourself. Eugene, tienes la pantalla tú solito. We're going to go to the back.
You know how I like the floor. I think we're in trouble.
You for your final thoughts on whatever it is you like. Tonight's show, our organization, whatever you want to speak about. And we'll be back.
Thank you for coming on, joining us. It was a pleasure. But I'm just going to leave you with, you don't always need to understand your journey in life. You just need to trust that you're going to the right direction. Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed it tonight. It's a blessing. Call somebody, let them know that you're thinking about them. And remember, you're loved, you're cared, and have a great night. See you next week.
Thank you so much. Short and sweet. ¿Qué pasó? I thought you liked the pantalla.
No, mami, pero...
No, I appreciate you. I love you. We're going to send you to the green room so we can say goodbye together. So stay there. We're going to bring Lily.
Bye, everybody.
We're going to bring Lily. She's going to give us her final thought, and then I'll close it out for us. Lily, we're leaving you. Stop laughing.
Okay.
It's your turn.
Thank you, everybody, for joining tonight's call. This was a pleasure to talk to all of you and give you some insight. I think the positive attitude, the positive energy that you bring to each and every room that you enter is something that's going to change somebody's thought process, give them an uplifting attitude. And always remember that what you say, what you do is something that is going to make a difference in somebody's life. So always remember that. I to say to you to stay positive, stay open to all the changes that come into your life, and always know that that change can make it something happen for the good and not for the worse. Have a good night.
Thank you, Miss Lily.
You're welcome.
We'll send you to the back. Quédate ahí,
Okay.
tranquilita. Then we'll all say goodbye together.
Okie dokie.
I have to be honest. I'm sweating, guys. Like this light me tiene like, estoy brilla. It's like brillo, but I'm dying. So I'm going to make it short and sweet because I'm melting here. My other part of transparency. Thank you guys for being here. I love you all so much. You know that. And being back on the screen just feels like I'm back home. I'm doing what I'm so accustomed to doing on Tuesday nights. You guys, it's been a great night. My co-host to both of you, thank you so much. You have been amazing. We have tried to give you nothing but positivity today. I hope that we were able to do that for all of you. I hope that you all took something positive out of it. Listen, my message from tonight is the message that I've been given my entire life. Every day is a brand new day. Start over. If yesterday sucked, tomorrow can be a better day. And listen, sometimes I got to tell myself that. Lily can attest. I have days where I cannot find the positivity in it, but we need to do what I always say. Wake up feeling blessed and not stressed, because that is the most important thing that we can do. I have spent a lot of nights feeling that way, and I've had lots of people check me. So tonight, I'm checking everybody that's watching. Wake up feeling blessed, not stressed. And remember that every day, it's a new pantalla. We're going to wipe off whatever negativity happened yesterday, and today we're going to make it happen. Thank you guys for being here. I love you so much. I'll see you next week. I'm back, so you're going to get tired of me again every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. Let me bring my co-host back so we can say goodbye together. Bye, people.
Bye, everybody.
I love you.
Have a good night.
Have a good
Have
night.
a good night. See you next week,
Bye.
everyone.